Welcome to This Is What I Do, where we explore the work that is waiting to be done in our community. I'm your host, Amy Seymour. Today we are here talking with Jalitza Quintero. Welcome, Jalitza.
Thank you.
We are pleased you're here. We are the Rotary Club of Muskegon, part of Rotary International, a group of more than 1.4 million individuals from around the world whose goal is to create lasting positive change. We've been doing that here in Muskegon since 1916. One of our goals is improving the local economy. This vocational spotlight program assists students in making rewarding career choices. We hope that they can remain in our community and improve life here for all of us. That's why we're here today. Jalitza, please tell us who you are and what you do.
So I'm a ophthalmic assistant, and I actually come from Puerto Rico. I've been here for 8 years now. I'm, of course, a wife and a daughter. Not a mother just yet, but definitely these past few years, I've been preparing myself quite well, like not only in the language, but also career-wise. I work with ophthalmologists at the moment, and I have worked with optometrists before. Of course, the difference is the medical schooling and the preparation their assistants need to help them out.
And how did you arrive at that job? I mean, coming from Puerto Rico, that's really interesting.
Yes. Actually, I went to college for a little bit. I went to MCC for a little while, and I was not really finding myself in a career, like what to do. I actually ended up doing even on a dental assistant program at some point. And after that, I landed my first eye care job. After doing an an appointment with my mother. I was translating for her and helping her out. And the doctor of that office contacted their manager, and they offered me a job a week after. Seems like my people's skills were there, and they just absolutely liked it, and they offered me a job. I got to learn a lot from there. And, of course, I wanted to practice not only that, but I wanted to continue with my dental assisting at the moment. And but it was something that always stuck in the back of my mind, like, hey, I like eye care. I really enjoy that part of my knowledge, to call it one way. And I ended up heading back. I was like just finding looking for what there was there to be offered. And I found that group of ophthalmologists I'm working for, and I know it was so much more knowledge and more into it. And I was like, and so applying and just getting the job. But yes, it was quite a journey, indeed.
So your personality stood out to them. So yes. I mean, one of our questions, as we like to hear about, is what experiences besides your education helped you get the job you have now? So definitely your personality.
Yes. What you would call a people person. I don't feel like I am, but definitely seems like I am. I've been normally very complimented for my soothingness. Like I personally like patient care overall, and I think that always stood out and got me the job and like the opportunities that I have encountered in my whole life. Like it has opened many doors for me, for sure.
Well, and I know that many times when we care for patients or we are a patient ourselves, we like to be reminded that we're a person too. We're not just there for that purpose, and you obviously put them at ease with your personality.
And try to, and that is my goal. Not everybody or nobody likes to go to the doctor for real, dentist, eye care, whatever, nobody likes it. So definitely when they find somebody that is not only like there to do their job, but also listening and try to soothe them into it, they definitely find a big difference.
So what do you find most interesting about your job?
The learning. Yes, there is so much to the body. It's just insane how much the body is connected and how much can affect our eyes. There is so many conditions out there. There is so much to learn and so many things. And it's like odd about our eyes, but cool. And I personally enjoy that about my job, the constant learning there is, for sure.
And so what's most challenging about your job?
Medical terminology. I have to put it there. Again, my first language is Spanish. Probably everybody noticed my accent. It's the first thing they notice. And once you encounter difficult terms like medication names and things like that, it's like the most challenging part because you're trying not to only like be accurate in what you're communicating to the patient because it's a medical setting. You want to be accurate and you want to know what you're talking about. It makes them feel more comfortable if you're knowledgeable in what you're doing.
Definitely. And what do you believe is the most difficult part about getting the job you have now? So if someone were looking,
Yes.
how could they get into that field?
See, to be honest with you, because it's a self-trained job, then it can be. You can also go to school, of course, and just certify yourself. I feel like the hardest part is that people skills. Not everybody has them, and it's actually difficult because, of course, people can be difficult every once in a while. That is very normal, but definitely that people skills sometimes is you need a breakthrough, learn your patient, how you can communicate, make them at ease, things like that. I feel the challenging part is that people skills, because learning the computer, things like that, is something that you can absolutely do if you put your mind to it. But that people skills is something that it needs extra work, for sure.
And what do you think is the most challenging about when people come in, do they just come in and say, oh, this is my problem, or is it you feel like your people skills helps pull out really what the root problem is? Because many times...
Yes, actually you will get both extremes of the spectrum, the ones and the little things that they will go off oh my God, I have done this, and my eyes are doing this, and it's the most minimal things, and they will tell you their whole health story. But definitely... some others is I'm not sharing nothing with you. Are you interrogating me? Type of deal. So definitely is that try to pull those complaints, or if they're complying with the eye drops or things like that. It can be a little bit more challenging because some people is you're not a doctor. Why are you asking me all this? Type of deal. It's very normal.
So really listening and hearing them. So those
Yes.
are skills we can start doing that way young in our life.
Yes, definitely.
Practicing.
Listening and being compassionate is a skill that it doesn't sound like a skill, but definitely is. When you have a patient right in front of you and a person in general, you understand that that person has his fears, has his problems, and not everybody is going through the nicest moment at their time, and some of them will be, or even or rude to call it one way, just as a mechanism of defense, very normal. It's just definitely being understanding, mindful that not only your feelings are there, but also theirs, and definitely understand them is a tricky part, for sure.
That presence.
Exactly. That presence there, this person seeing you okay, what this lady's just doing, she's just a random lady doing stuff. And definitely they are nervous. For example, people then get cataract surgery. They hear that and it's oh my God, they're gonna open my eye open. Oh my God, it's insane. And definitely many people are nervous about it. And it's the way of communicating with them and make them feel at ease.
Nice. And tell us about how your workplace values its place on the community, and what does it do to show it? So how do they get involved, or how can you get involved?
Actually, not that long ago, they were contributing to a 4K, if I'm not wrong, for a 5K, for a blindness awareness and things like that. They were doing that not that long ago, and also providing that care. The vision is just so important. Is insanely important. Yes, providing that care and just make sure people can see out there as well as they can.
That's a great tie-in, the 5K with being able to see.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then tell us about how what you do benefits the rest of us here in our community.
Actually, I would say I will have to hang with patient care. I feel like people in the community need more care and understanding, and I feel like I personally provide that. I personally enjoy my interaction with patients and make them feel comfortable. Other than that, of course, doing my job every day, always do something for somebody else and makes the life of the doctor easier, but also the patients easier, things like that. That I feel like those little things add to the community, like
You're a
that
connector.
care. Exactly, like the caring to make sure that everything is going well, at least in my field, so people can have healthier vision, to call it one way.
Perfect. Eyesight is very important,
Yes.
definitely. Tell us about the most difficult thing you encounter in work, and how do you deal with it?
Normally, I remember this case. This lady was, for example, for a diabetes exam, very normal. Diabetes is one of the number one reasons in America to be blind. If, like, I don't know if you're aware of course. But very important that she got this exam done, and she was reluctant. Again, there was certain economic aspects to the situation, and she's taking all her frustrations of me. And it's like, and I get it. I understand. I've been in a tight budget before. I've been in a difficult time in my life, and I get it. So it was up to me, to talk her through and things like that, try to negotiate with her. But definitely you get that often. Some people then cannot economically afford it or things like that. That make it a little harder because you always feel like, oh my God, this patient cannot afford it, and I kind of feel like I'm forcing them or something like that. That's very difficult. But at the same time, you understand that what you're doing is for their own good, but it's difficult to tell them, yeah, this extra testing, things like that, because it can cost money, It's the economical part of it and the emotional part of it.
Definitely some barriers that you deal with.
Yes, definitely.
So let's move on to some discussion about life skills,
Of course.
both in and out of work.
Yes.
Character is often described as respect, trust, and citizenship.
Yeah.
How does what you do rely on those traits?
Oh, 100%. Yes. Patients need to trust you for them to be able to share with you, and also to be able to get a smoother experience. Definitely, they need your trust, and being responsible. Of course, this is very important matter. It's medical matter, and other than that, yes, I would say we definitely rely on those things to be able to give a good patient care.
Right. They need that whole positive aura, I guess.
Exactly. Yes.
Would
definitely.
you give that?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Very important.
Does giving back to the community figure into your thinking of about success?
Yes, definitely. I personally would like to even do more for the community out there. I have done volunteer work and everything before, something that I enjoy, and I wish to get to do more. I would like to volunteer for many other things and just be an example of that it can be possible, even though we have our limitations. It's possible to give to the community, for sure.
And how could a student best prepared to do your job?
I'll be honest with you, just be yourself and work hard. And if you really have something in your mind, then you really want to do it, just work hard for it. There is no such things as can do it. Definitely, there always be limitations and struggles, but work on it. Just continue to focus. It will happen eventually, and if it doesn't, something better might happen for your life. So definitely a positive mindset and just work really hard in not only your academic skills but personable skills, because to be honest with you, that has helped me more than any academic skill I could have. Personable skills, definitely.
And is there anything that we haven't talked about that you would like to share with our student audience?
Well, being a minority, to call it one way, and also not speaking English first thing. Of course, everybody can tell, but definitely it can be challenging, especially when you're trying to communicate with people all day, which is what I do. It can be challenging, but it's nothing that will stop me for sure. It's something that I will learn from it. Eventually, I learn something, a new word every day, things like that, and try to, not get frustrated over that, because definitely, if it's something so little important, to call it one way, but yeah, I'm sorry.
No, but that's interesting because I think many kids have different barriers.
Yes.
And yours is coming from a different country, but there are different barriers that kids, I really see, are struggling with how they learn or how they communicate.
Yes.
But what you're saying is just keep trying, keep practicing.
Exactly. Because at least if you didn't make it, you won't regret not trying. Because I think that's what I would regret the most, not trying. Because why not? You know, I personally, majority of my career, I made it by, why not? I'm being offered this opportunity. Why not? Let me try it. Because I end up finding a job that I like. I end up finding a career I like, and I actually enjoy doing by literally just trying. When the opportunity showed, try it. What's the worst that can happen? You know, you will learn from it.
And really, with those boundaries, they seem to have folded in nicely to help other people.
Yes.
You have that empathy.
Yeah, definitely. And not only that, you know, I love seeing Hispanics patients and come in thinking that they won't have the help that they need, and then, oh, she speaks Spanish. Oh my God, yes, I love this. Like, I definitely need the extra help in that department. Some people even speak English already, but they feel more comfortable in Spanish, and they will let me know, like, hey, can you please just do it in Spanish? Of course. Can you please translate what the doctor has to say? Well, of course, I can absolutely do that. It's actually very rewarding because it helps somebody and it actually brightens somebody's day. Like, oh my God, I was able to just actually get all the care I needed because I was able to understand what was going on. Which helps a lot.
So maybe your barrier in the beginning has now become your superpower.
Pretty much, yeah. I would call it that way. Definitely, it is something that I had to overcome, of course, and get better at it. And I am still learning and getting better at it. But I know for a fact it helps not only from our company side to the patient side. And I feel like it's better patient care when they can fully understand what they're saying, like what is being said to them. So very rewarding indeed.
Well, if I saw your smiling face, I would definitely feel at ease and be able to speak with you about my conditions. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing that.
Thank you.
So we thank Delisa for sharing her story with us today. And we thank you for joining us. If you think this program might help someone else, please send them the link. And until next time, the Muskegon Rotary Club would like you to consider doing something good for your community.